Good morning, children. So, welcome back to another video for chapter Improvement in the Food Resources, chapter number 15 of your Science NCERT for class 9th. And in this video, we are going to start with the cattle farming under the topic animal husbandry, and this video is going to be the part 1 of it, and it is being presented by me, Pooja Verma, your teacher. So, let's get started. So, first of all, you need to understand that what is cattles. Okay, so just like this, all of us have observed cattles in our day-to-day life. Okay, so what are cattles? So cattle is basically a group of animals that includes like your cows, okay, your buffaloes and so on, that are often kept. Okay, we domesticate those, we tame those animals for their milk or meat produce. Clear? So now we need to understand that what is the purpose of cattle farming. Okay, what is the purpose of cattle farming? By the way, children, in India, in the country like India, cattle is basically includes your cows and buffaloes. Okay, and these are domesticated for milk, okay, also for meat, leather and transportation. They also help farmers as well in the case of agricultural practices. Okay, so the various purposes that they are going to fulfill is, we perform cattle farming for getting milk as a food. So we know very well that cow and buffalo, two main cattle that are responsible for milk production. Okay? Second one, for agricultural tasks such as tillage, irrigation and carting. So in these all activities, we also use cattle. That is the reason we can call it as it also going to help the farmers in the agricultural field. Okay? So children, on the basis of mentioned criteria, right, the animals is further divided into different types of categories, just like your milk yielding, draught animals and different breeds. So first of all, we need to understand types of breed of cattle, and before that we need to understand that what is a breed. Okay, so breed is a group of animals of common origin within a species that has certain distinguishing characteristics not found in other member of the same species. So that is the thing that is known as a breed. Okay, group of animals that having a common origin. Now, if we talk about the types of cattle breed, then we having indigenous. Okay, indigenous breeds are also termed as local breeds. The certain example of it, we can take it as like Shahiwal, Red Sindhi, okay, Gir. So these are certain indigenous. Indigenous breeds means local breeds that we see in our surrounding very easily. Next we having exotic breed of cattle. So children, exotic breed means those breed which have been imported from abroad. Okay, and imported from abroad, and we tend to rear that, it's like domesticate that breed in India. इट मीन्स वॉट कि हम उनको बाहर से लेके तो आए, मगर हमने उनको इंडिया में उनको रेयर किया, उनको डोमेस्टिकेट किया, उनको टेम किया, उनको इट्स लाइक उनको इंडिया में रख के उनको डोमेस्टिकेट करने की कोशिश की. सो दोज ब्रीड्स विच आर इम्पोर्टेड फ्रॉम अब्रॉड आर टर्म्ड एज एक्सोटिक ब्रीड. ठीक है, जो बाहर से आते हैं. If we talk about the example, then we have brown Swiss, Jersey, Holstein. Okay, all of those examples are of your exotic breeds of cattle. Next we are having improved breeds of cattle. Now in India, certain improved breeds of Indian cattle have been developed. Okay, and how it is being developed? We just make a cross. किसके किसके बीच? We make a cross between indigenous breeds and the high yielding exotic breed. इन दोनों को हमने क्रॉस करवा दिया. ठीक है, and whatever we obtained from these crosses is termed as the improved breeds of cattle. Just like these improved breeds are basically high milk yielding breeds of cows. Specifically we tend to develop in India. If we take the example, then we have Curran Swiss, Frisval, and so on. Clear? So in the case of types of breed, the first one is your drought breeds. Drought breeds, children, are those animals which are used as the farm laborers. ठीक है, ड्राउट ब्रीड्स कौन होते हैं? जिन्हें हम फार्म लेबरर्स की तरह इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Although it's like their meat is really tough and they give very little milk. Okay, but they are extensively used in the agricultural practices that we call as a farm laborer. ठीक है, just like carting, just like transporting materials from place to place, plugging, irrigation, and so on. Next we are having is dairy breeds. So as the term denotes over here, dairy breeds is basically they have the large digestive systems and a spacious space because of the much of the possible of the food they consume must be turned into milk. So dairy breed are those which basically having a lot of tendency to produce a lot in a great quantity of milk. Next we are having dual purpose breeds. In the case of dual purpose breed, children, these breeds provide milk as well as help in the agricultural task. That is the reason we call it as dual purpose breeds. Fine. ये agriculture tasks भी perform करेंगे and they are able to provide milk as well. In India, dual purpose breeds are favored by farmers because in these breeds the cows are fairly good milk yielders and bullocks, that is the sterilized males, good for the draught work. So what does it mean? It's like farmers tend to prefer this dual purpose breed because cows, the female cattle, they are able to produce sufficient amount of milk which is being required or which suffice the need of the farmer, and the males, specifically bullocks, they need to do, they are specifically to performing the drought purpose or the labor task. As there was the same term, dairy breeds, milk yielding animals. So milk producing female population of animals is called as milk animals or dairy animals. So dairy breeds and milk animals both are the same thing. Okay, these are not different, both are the same thing. So these includes the cow, buffalo, goat, camel, and yak. Buffalo and cow both are excellent dairy animals. As I have told you, in the case of cattle, the first pictures that came in our mind is cow and buffalo. So children, this is the a table that shows you 26 breeds of cows, cattle in the India, or these are basically depend on their distribution, on their geographical distribution. So in the milch breed we have Gir, Shahiwal, Red Sindhi, Deoni. In draughts we having Malvi, Nageri. It's like all of the stuff. Lactation period. So this is really important. Okay, children, what happened? Ki the female cattle which provides the milk, okay, which in turn contribute animal protein to the diet of the people. So the production of milk depend upon the duration of the lactation period. So what is lactation period, children? Lactation period is the period of the milk production after the birth of a calf. Calf means what? The newly born, it's like young one of the cow. ठीक है, उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? उसको calf कहते हैं. So it is the period of the milk production between the birth of a young one and the next pregnancy. So this is known as the lactation period. Red Sindhi have these sort of lactation period. This is just an example. Shahiwal has these many days of lactation period, and Gir having these many days of lactation period. I hope you are clear with this. So children, this is the first part of your cattle farming. Okay, so there was part 2 as well, in which we are going to study about the food requirements for dairy animals. We are going to understand that why proper cleaning and shelter facilities is required to domesticate all these animals in a proper way, and what are the characteristics of a good animal shelter. Okay, so stay tuned for the part 2, and in case if you have any sort of doubt, do ask in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Okay, and have an awesome day. Thank you.